What's up, guys? Hope you're all feeling good today. I'm back with another chess video. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a game of chess, a rapid game, 10-minute game, and I'm going to play that. But before we get into that game, I want to show you a game that I played yesterday. So every once in a while, I do want to review and go over some of these games that I play off camera that are interesting or have interesting positions, or maybe some funny blundering goes on. So I want to show you this game, and then we'll get into playing an actual game here in a minute. If you guys are new to the channel, I am a 1200 rated player, and I thought I was a little bit better than 1200 because earlier this year I was up to 1300. Took a break for a couple months. Thought I could easily get back up there, but it has been a struggle. I've been stuck at pretty much 1200 even, so even dipping down into high 1100s. But anyway, let's go ahead and show you guys this game. So I've been playing the London. So this is a pretty standard London setup here. And I wasn't sure if I was supposed to allow them to put their knight there, or what I was supposed to do about that. I think it's okay. I moved the bishop out here. They took with the knight, which is interesting because they could take with the bishop. Which is what I'm used to. I'm not really used to finding myself in this position where they can even do this. But that's fine. Taking with this pawn opens up this file for the rook. Pretty standard London stuff. So, yeah, then they moved their knight here, which I wasn't quite sure what to do about this. I know that this is a move that I'm probably going to face quite a bit in the London. I just moved my bishop away for a moment. They moved that pawn up. I attacked their knight to push it away, and then I just put my bishop right back there where it's supposed to be. So, so far so good. Next, they push this pawn, which I don't know if that was such a great idea. I mean, they just kind of spent two of their moves pushing that pawn, but maybe it was fine. I don't know. I put my knight here, so I have ideas of like checking. With this, and the queen can even come here and check if it wanted to, because this knight can no longer be there. I mean, the knight was here; it could have blocked. When it was here, it could have blocked, but now it's sitting here. So, I thought maybe this is a good time to try to do some sort of trick and put the knight here first. And apparently, this is a mistake though, because I mean, they could have taken here, I guess. Is that what they did in the game? Let me see. Yeah, they did do that in the game. So I took back, they put their knight back there, check, they blocked with the bishop. So I thought that this was totally fine because I could take with either piece, I feel like. The bishop or the knight, because the queen can't take back. I took with a knight. I can't remember what my reasoning was, but I thought it was fine. So then they moved their knight here, which gave me a chance to get my knight out of there, move their queen here. So now we get this little interesting setup here where knights are attacking each other. Bishop, queen is not just attacking the bishop, but also looking at that b2 pawn. And I decided the best move was to take with the bishop, and that was the best move. That does put them in check, so they kind of have to take back. Then I just push the pawn forward, which there's probably a better move here. Take, okay. So now what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at like moving my queen out here, maybe doing something along those lines. Having this rook here is nice. I mean, yes, this pawn is pushed forward to kind of stop it, but there could be a situation where if the king castles this way, I feel like I could have some attacking strength on that side. And they do castle. I start bringing my knight around. So here is this where I made the move? Yeah. So I made this blunder, and I thought this was a very tricky move. And it was a tricky move, okay? Because this is intentional, right? So it's a blunder, not because the pawn can take it. In fact, taking the pawn loses my opponent the game. So that's not why that was a blunder. It was a blunder, I guess, just because it lost material for me, I guess. After all this. I don't know why I couldn't move the queen here and keep everything going. I mean, I guess the queen, yeah, I guess that would just, it just would lose me a lot of pieces, essentially. So if the opponent plays well. And at this ELO level, like, even though it says this was a blunder, I don't think that my opponent would have been able to really capitalize on this mistake at this. I just don't trust it at this level. So instead of taking, because let's just watch what would happen if they took. If they took, queen goes here to h5, and now this is just unstoppable. They cannot do anything to prevent this. It's mate in 4. The analysis says the only thing that they can do is just put me in check a couple times. I slide over, I get out of the way. You know, I just keep getting out of the way, sacrifice their queen, and then inevitably, I mean, it's just checkmate. Because they can't block, they can't move their rook over because this is checkmate. They can't create any space for their king. They can't move this pawn forward for the king to escape because the knight covers that square. There's just nothing that they can do. So, obviously, knight moving out there over to g5. It was I was going fishing, I guess, right? I was trying to get them to take the bait, and they did not fall for it. Instead, they saw check. I move out of the way, and then they saw a fork on my knights, except not really, because I could just take this pawn. That pawn was defending this square, and now they can take my knight, but now I can take their rook. So that is what happened. Apparently, there was a better move here. Threatening checkmate, and then I guess them moving their queen back. I don't know what that really would do. Then I take the rook. I guess then I could take this pawn. Okay, because the queen looks at the king, pins that pawn there. So yeah, I mean, I guess that could have been a scenario that could have played out, but that is not what played out. So anyway, I take there, and they do take my knight. I take their rook. They take with the queen, and now we're in this position. So from here, I'm winning. I'm in the lead. Got a rook. So let's see how I finish this position. I take with the pawn. They move their queen here. And the idea is that I can't take with the pawn. So that's, that's their idea, was checkmate is coming, right? If I don't do anything about this. But I say, hey, I'm going to defend that with my queen. And if you want, we can trade queens. I'm ahead. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So they took this other pawn because same thing. I can't take my pawn. But I decide my pawn could promote to a queen. Let's try to get there. Next, they decide to move here to put even extra pressure. So now, if they were to take with check, like if I were to do something silly like this, if they took with check here, I can't take back because this is mate. And, then it doesn't matter where I go. I'm losing queen or the game. What's the best move? I guess there's probably a checkmate pattern here. I mean, we could go through that, I suppose. That would be checkmate here. So, yeah, I mean, there is a checkmate pattern there. So, anyway, this was a horrible move. That was a blunder by them because check here, grab the bishop. They thought this was a good move to put more pressure on this pawn, but really, I just take their bishop for free, and the queen is still defending that pawn. So, they just lost a bishop, and that pretty much ends the game. But there is more. There is more. Check. Move over. Check. Offer or defend with my queen. Say, hey, you want to trade queens now? Like, go ahead. You keep taking more of my pawns, which I'm not concerned about most of these pawns because I got 2 pawns that are like so close to promoting. So I'm not even concerned about any of my pawns. I'm not trying to protect them at all. Okay, well now that I guess I gave up that pawn. I just was explaining how all that. But anyway, moving my king up like this connected my rook, so that's why that's good. So then check, block with the rook. Queen moves, push the pawn. Again, I keep letting my opponent take all my pawns, and I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. You keep taking all my pawns and putting me in check. I'll be honest, I was very surprised at that when that happened because I wasn't thinking about that at all. I just I wonder what if my best move here was to go a4. No, e6. Just keep. Okay, so that was the best move, the one that I did. All right. So this is where I blundered the entire game. I thought I would just block with the queen because, again, queen trades are fine for me because I've got 2 rooks and they've only got 1, and my pawn is so close to promoting. Now, this is a tactic that I don't think I've ever seen in my game. I've seen it before watching chess, watching other people play, but I've never actually seen this move actually get played in a game that I was in. I've never done this tactic to anybody. I've never had it done to me, so this is the first time. The tactic here is taking this pawn with the rook, putting me in check, and the only way to get out of this check is, I mean, I could move out of the way, but then I lose. But I mean, even better than that is to take, and then I just lose my queen. Now, from here, I don't think that there's any way to escape getting one, if not both of my rooks taken. I mean, this one's protected by this pawn, thankfully, but I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that there's some way for my opponent to fork or do something. But then again, I don't know. Maybe I would still have chances of winning. The fact is that my opponent did not do any of this in the game, so I never got to find out. I only saw in the game review that was a blunder, that I basically lost the game there. They took this pawn instead, and I was saved. And finally, to end the game, rook takes h6, check. And of course, that sacrifices the rook because they can take back. Then check. Forced move there, and that's checkmate. And it's checkmate because this pawn's here defending this. If the king was able to escape here, if this pawn wasn't here, there is, I believe, a forced checkmate line. I believe it involves bringing my rook up, king moving here, queen moving here for a check, king moving here, and then queen here, checkmate, something like that. I'm pretty sure that's how it would go. Anyway, so that is the game that I wanted to show you. I thought it was just a fascinating game because of this situation right here. Because of this, losing my queen, and I thought my queen was safe because it was protected by my king. I'm gonna have to look out for this tactic in the future, and then also the way the game ended with a rook sacrifice for a nice little checkmate. This happened so fast. I was eager, because this was like set up this entire time, right? This entire time, I was just looking at this the entire time, and I was just waiting for my opponent to stop putting me in check because I wanted to do this, and finally got to do it. And yeah, so there. All right, now let's go ahead and get into a game. So that was I know that took a while for that game review, but I wanted to show you guys that. So let's go and get started. If I'm playing with black, I don't have the greatest openings. Maybe I'll do like a Caro-Kann style game. If they go e4, they don't. We'll go C6 anyway. Can I still do this, actually? Does this work? Huh. It's a good question. I mean, honestly, I don't know how to play the Caro-Kann, really. I just know that there's a couple of ideas involved bringing the knight out here. I wonder if I should push this. Okay, so do they have any... Okay, I'm going to push that. And because if they're not going to push this up here... no, this pawn is defended. I mean, that's fine. You can take my knight if you want. This is interesting. I think we take. But now I don't have a knight on this side. I think we castle because I think that this check is dangerous. Okay. Oh yeah, I could take this pawn now. What am I thinking? I always miss that. I always miss pawns that are free to take. And then this... I mean, that doesn't really do anything, I don't think. Oh, it does. Okay. I wonder if that's something that they've practiced. I'm gonna have to look at the game review after this to see that. That's interesting. So what can they do now? Are they threatening anything? I mean, they got that pawn and they won that knight back. I think we go here and here. Yeah, my opponent seems to know what they're doing, which is unfortunate for me because I don't really know how to play with black. And it looks like they kind of had an idea of what they wanted to do already. Should be good to keep pushing. I was gonna say maybe push this and take this and put them in check, but I don't know if this is good. Probably not. So I can't move this bishop. That's unfortunate. I don't really have any major attack ideas. I feel like I got to do something with this bishop. No, I just said I can't do that. No, I can. What am I saying? I can lose that pawn because I don't think that matters. No, because then I lose that pawn. Am I losing here? Like, I almost want to get rid of their queen because I suck so much. Like, their queen is just so dangerous. I mean, I'm pretty much in a bad situation here. What would be the best place for all my pieces? I don't know. Thing is now that's a weakness. I can just, or he can go here. I guess it doesn't matter where he goes. I could trade. I don't know if I want to trade my bishop though for their knight. How do you advance here? Is trading rooks bad for me here? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not very good at endgames, that's for sure. I don't know if moving my king this early is good or not. Sure, he could check me, but then I've got... I mean, I can always move here. I just gotta watch out for forks, I guess. Unless I want to just go ahead and trade the knight off because I think it's too tricky, and I'm assuming he's gonna go after the pawn. I hope I just won something here. Please tell me I won something. Maybe now I start bringing the king over. I got enough time. And start taking out these pawns. But then again, he's got 3 pawns over here. Is there a... Can't take this. I'm threatening his knight and his rook now. That seems very bad for him. My pawn is... I'm winning this. Like, this is definitely a winning position. Like, I'm glad I traded the queens. Threatening this pawn, threatening the knight, threatening the rook now. Rook can't take this. That's protected. I mean, he can't do it. He can move here, and I could take, and then he could take my pawn. I don't know what else he could do. Knight move. There's no check with the knight. I mean, he would have to move his rook. It's just a matter of... Okay. Yeah, he's gonna do that. Yeah, I guess I go up. Maybe I do... No, my rook can already... I mean, one of these pawns is gonna lose. Both of them, actually. But what's more important is pushing this pawn. So the rook moved out of the way for this pawn, and oh, this is almost a mate because that pawn gave the king a place to... The easiest thing to do is to push. I'm 2 squares away from checkmate. I don't know what he can even do. Move his king? No, because this... I mean, he's got no escape path. He's done. I mean, it's game over. 1 move away. He's got to... I mean, I don't know what he's going to do, but I don't think that there's anything that he can do. Thing is that it was pretty even, and I actually had a worse position earlier, and he just... I don't know why he didn't just move his knight out of the way. Right here... I don't know why he didn't just move his knight, because that just got him into this pickle. And this would be a different story. So, we'll just wait. We'll see what happens. Because I don't see anything here. He's just gonna spend all of his time maybe trying to... Maybe he's actually thinking, but he should probably just hit the resign button. Hopefully this person's not being one of those people that just lets their clock run out. Yeah, I think that they know they've lost, and they're just being kind of dumb with this. So we can go ahead and go back and analyze the game now. So, well, we can't analyze it because the game's got to finish to see the evaluation bar. So, but yeah, this was my bad here. I was like, I want to play the Caro-Kann. I don't even know how you're supposed to say it. I've always heard Caro-Kann, but I think it's actually Caro-Kann. I'm like, well, maybe I can still play it. But I don't know if this is even the Caro-Kann after this. But, so, I don't know. Like, why they wanted to trade the knight or the bishop for the knight so badly. That's interesting. And then taking with a knight instead of the pawn is also interesting. Because that did give me a free pawn, but it wasn't... So I could have actually taken this right here, and it would have been fine. Oops, my bad. Their clock is still running down. I could have taken this. This would have been the best move right here, for sure. But by castling... Or right here, excuse me. Not that move, because they had the pawn there. In this position, this would probably have been the best move. But instead I castled and they moved their bishop here. And this, in this situation, yeah, this is just not good. Because it won the knight back. I wonder if there's... Yeah, there's nothing I could do. So yeah, here I had ideas of pushing this forward. I'm gonna have to see the review because I don't think that any of this was good for me. I mean, I kind of like the idea of having all these pawns like this. And I do have a light square bishop, which can maneuver through all this pretty well. But oh, they are just letting their clock run out. Are they going to move at 1 second? If this person moves at 1 second, you know they're just that kind of person. Okay, I won on time. I can't believe that person. All right, let's actually go through here, though. Let's see what the eval bar says. Yeah, I'm actually ahead right now. That was a bad move, and I should have taken, like I thought. And yeah, they just played the best moves here. Wants me to bring my queen out, okay, to attack. I wonder if that pawn would have been free then. Oops. So let's just say I moved here. I mean, they can't really do anything about this. They can move... Oh, they can block with that knight. And then it wants me to trade. Okay. What about here, though? It doesn't want me to move there anymore. It wants me to go queen c7. Wonder why. So they had a move, which was take queen over here. What was my move I could have made? Oh, pushing this pawn forward. Didn't even see that as a possibility. And then, oops. What if I just went here? Oh no, they have that knight. I was so eager for the fork, I'm not even paying attention. So what does it recommend? Here? Okay. I feel like that just lost me a pawn. Which I was gonna lose it anyway, but... Okay, and then... Trade here. Yeah, that was a mistake because of this. I thought that was a bad move when they made it because I immediately went here. And then, yeah, this was just that. Literally, it's just the game losing mistake for them. So there was a mate in 2 here. Check. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. Okay. That would have been checkmate. All right. I got to get better at seeing stuff like that. I definitely got to get better at seeing that. I was mostly just thinking about taking the pawns. Oh, you could have done something like that. Could have moved his king over. And then, okay, but then I go there. Oh, and once again, that checkmate would have been set up, but I probably would have done something like, I wonder if I could have taken here. And if I would have still, like... Yeah, because, So then I would have moved here, or I could have moved there. Once again, like it keeps telling me to do that checkmate pattern, but I'm like I didn't see it, and I don't know if I would have seen that during the game is the thing. But yeah, that would have worked. All right. Well, anyway, you guys saw how it went. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. I've been playing a lot of chess lately. I will probably continue to keep on uploading chess videos all the time. You know, the more people that watch these videos, the more people that comment, like the videos, the more that I'll know that you guys want to see this stuff. But yeah, I'm so addicted to chess right now. So I'll be making a lot of this content in the future. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.